First up, we got Tafon Nchukwi and Azamat Murzakanov. Now, kind of interesting tales of the tape. You know, we've seen Tafon for a little while now. He made that jump between middleweight and light heavyweight. The most recent fight against Mikey Rodriguez, I think what I loved in that fight is you actually saw his ability to go the 3 rounds. He didn't look like he slowed down too much. The pressure is always there. And the big thing I like about him, and to be honest, him and Azamat have that same prowess, is that they tend to push their opponents against the fence as they go in. The one thing you'll notice about Azamat in his tape is if he does not feel like the strikes are landing for him, he will go for the level change, take him down, and try to finish on the ground. And that's where I kind of see this fight. You know, both guys are very similar in that way. And if you watch the tape of both guys, you'll know what I mean. It's a lot of in-close boxing. I think that Azamat is really good counter-striking, though. The power that we saw, and I mean, even that right hook that he finished with on the Dana White Contender Series, I mean, he threw one, kind of fell back, and then just came right back in such close proximity to land that one. And I think looking at both of them, looking at both of their tapes, it's like even that Brave 29 fight that kind of put Azamat on the map. You know, there was a lot of good work there. He even had his opponent had his opponent injure his own leg. And Azamat even said, "You want to keep going, guys?" Like, yeah, and he just quickly lands a big kick and then goes in to finish the fight. The big thing for me here is actually going to be how good Azamat's footwork is going to look. I feel like it's footwork in boxing and even his durability over 3 rounds versus Tafon's experience, his durability as well, but the athleticism. I think that we tend to see a lot of these muscular guys fade a bit in the later rounds, but I think against Mikey, he was able to keep pushing forward, and that's going to be important here. I think whoever might win that ground battle might get an edge here in an overbet, and that's what we really tend to think, right? As two guys who knock people out pretty regularly, fight each other, it's like, well, maybe we look into an over in that one, because that seems to be the tail of the tape there as well. But big thing I want to mention about Azamat, over the course of his career, this man finished Andre Muniz in under a minute, which, you know, just to kind of relive a certain scenario, Andre Muniz is currently a 4-0 UFC fighter and broke Ronaldo Jacare Souza's arm on that road to victory. So I'm really leaning towards Azamat, but I actually think Tafon could get a really good bump here. I think that minus 150 range for him seems like a good bet, if not a little bit lower. I think this is closer to a pick'em. I mean, and would I be surprised if Azamat was a favorite? Not really. I think the tape is there to suggest that a lot of the sharps, a lot of the guys who are getting in on this action early are probably going to take a chance on him if the lines open up really funny. So I'm going to open up our lovely site, Odds Shark, right now, and I'm going to take a look at this opening line and see how close we got. So Tafon Nchukwi, actually, you know what? I mean, Tafon's the Nchukwi, he's the dog, plus 124. Now looking at as high as a plus 155 with Azamat, minus 146, now as high as a minus 180. Like I said, this is going to be a true test of durability to see who can land those big shots early, but then if nothing happens in the first, like a lot of these guys tend to do, it's all about durability, all about, you know, cardio and things like that as the fight progresses. So I do like Azamat in this fight, but at the same time, I think Tafon's got a bit of an edge in experience. So we're going to be studying that one a bit further as we get closer to fight night. Stay tuned. As always, picks up on Instagram.